For more tutorials, videos, and reviews, check out creatingtracks.com.
Hey guys, welcome to creatingtracks.com, and this is what we did last week. So we made this instrument rack with the fade to gray knob, and we added an auto filter. And this time, let's just automate this fade to gray knob and see all the cool things we can do with it. So I'm gonna click on this knob, right click, show automation. Then we can see this red line over here. And then I'm just gonna click a few points and raise it at the very end. And then you can alt click and drag this curve and check it out. All right, really cool. So now what we can do is freeze this track. So right click and freeze. But before that, let's right click and duplicate just so we have another copy. And I'm gonna unsolo this, turn it off, and just hide it. And also change the color so I can nicely hide it from my sight. And it's not quite hidden from my sight, but it'll work. And then we can right click on this freeze track, and you can see we have this error that the track cannot be frozen because of this compressor. And anytime you have a sidechain compressor on your track, it's using input from a different track, and that's why you can't freeze it. So let's right click on our sidechain compressor and cut, or Command X, and then we can right click freeze. And then we'll right click on this layer and flatten. And then you have this waveform that you can click and extend all the way out if you want, which is the same thing. And if I play this, this is pretty much the same thing as our MIDI track. So check it out. So now I can paste my sidechain compressor again by going down here, right clicking, and the paste option is not showing up. So I don't know why that's happening. So we can always go here, copy our compressor again. That's why we duplicate these tracks so that we have a backup. And if I paste it and I play it, then check it out. All right, now let's click over here and hit Command E or Control E and split it. And then we will double click on this second half. So let's double click on that, change this from volume to transposition, and change this from beats to complex. And then we can click and drag this transposition knob down, so it'll pitch it down. So check this out. All right, so I'm gonna pitch this down a good amount. And then if we zoom in over here into this waveform and expand this track, so let's right click and go to 1/32. And then I'm gonna delete every other 30-second note. So let's just keep selecting these, delete those, and check it out. All right, so kind of cool, but if I zoom in, I can see these 8 cuts. I'm gonna leave the other 8 as they are, and then I'll start cutting again. So I'll cut 8 more, and then I'll leave the next as it is, and then I'll start cutting again. And this can be a little tedious, but it's definitely worth all of this effort at the end. And now if I zoom out and play, and then you can do the same thing over here and continue with this rhythm and keep going till as long as this sound is fading out. Another thing you can do is I'm going to grab my bass track and drag it close to this layer, and I'll open that up, and then I'll use these notes and mimic the same rhythm. So I'll take the empty spaces in my bass track and delete those from my lead track. So I'm going to select just the same way that we did the previous one. I'm only going to copy these gaps and just select those and keep deleting them. As you can tell, I'm just talking to buy myself some time, and I'm going to keep saying words until I'm done cutting this enough number of times. And now check it out. So now you can see that this is also, while being pitched down, it's also copying the rhythm of our bass. And you can get a lot of different rhythms by using this technique, and keep messing with your own kind of cuts and get your own rhythms and see how it works with your songs. And if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up, share it, and subscribe to our channel for a lot more. And we will see you next time. Peace.